73 of All the Books, the official podcast of the David A. Howe Public Library.
Classic redo. We haven't had to redo an intro in a while.
I already wished you a happy year too, but I'm not doing it on air.
Eric's
now.
mic wasn't on, folks.
Yeah.
So it would have been just me. That's our listeners' dream.
We only made it 10 seconds.
Just me talking.
So.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so
we're
what
your one-stop shop for book news, book reviews, literary news.
I don't think you said the part about what kind of podcast we are.
Yeah. We're a one-stop shop.
No, but I mean
we're the official podcast. The David A. Howe.
The official award-winning podcast of the David A. Howe Public Library. Eric and I recently were nominated for and won the Southern Tier Library System's Best Use of Social Media Award. So the Southern Tier Library System covers 5 counties. So we went up against a lot of libraries, and all the books came out ahead. So Eric, congratulations to you.
Man. Congratulations to you.
Oh, thank you.
There was something else I wanted to say about this. I can't remember.
It's year 2.
Yeah.
This is great. It's a great time.
This is the Batman comic where he goes up against the Reaper.
Yeah.
So it's not very good. It's not as good as year 1.
We were recently featured in the Wellsville Daily Reporter. So we want to thank them for that. Check out the next issue of the Cuba Patriot because we also had a little write-up in that. Yeah. So that was fun.
Killing it.
I know.
Also,
we're all over the place.
Angelica Radio. Do you want to give a shout out about Angelica Radio?
Angelica Radio, which they've been airing us since, I think, episode 5.
What do we call them? Jellies? Hey, Jellies. Yeah. This is a shout out for you specifically.
Yeah. Anyway, they've been airing us Wednesday nights at 9 o'clock since I think they picked us up at episode 5, so almost the whole run. So if you're listening on Angelica, now you can stream it on the Angelica radio station, or you can tune in to 92.7
FM.
Yeah, so if you're just
92.7 FM, you should be listening.
I love it. Angelica. So now, congratulations, first of all, to the Angelica Community Radio Station for officially getting their FM signal up and out there to the world. Thanks for letting us be a part of it. We're excited. Today we're going to talk about the Hugo Awards. Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. Later. That's a science fiction award.
It sure is.
However, we got bad news for Nick.
Don't tell them that up ahead of time.
We got bad news for Nick.
Okay.
Because as you remember, I'm your agent.
Yes.
And so your year contract just gave out.
Oh my gosh.
So we got to renew it.
Okay.
Unfortunately, there's no more money in the budget.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
well, I'm going to have to get my lawyer, Clint McGavin, in here.
Oh no, he's the best in the business.
Yeah. He hasn't had a lot of work at this time, I think, because obviously he's from the cowboy era. Right. So I had to get Brando Sando and Phillips.
Again, I'm not sure he is from the cowboy era. I think he's just from like modern day the West.
Actually, if you listen to the other things, you'll see that he clearly was from the old.
Smarticus.
Hey, Smarticus here just talking. If you recall, the original things were about a stagecoach robbery, so I think that clearly puts him in the 1800s.
Stagecoach robberies can happen today as well.
You're over-exagerating the realism of that.
Don't you have a war to not fight in?
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't have a war to not fight in?
I don't want to talk about it.
All right.
I'm just as big and strong as the next guy.
No, you're not, Smarticus.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
I want you to flex right now.
I'm doing it.
Next to this can of peas.
I'm already doing it.
Are you?
Yeah.
That's a flex?
Yes.
Oh, boy. You need help.
You need help.
You know what? Take this can of peas and just eat everything from it.
I'm not going to.
Okay.
Woo. What a fun?
Yeah.
Are we going to call that fun?
Yeah.
I don't know. Eric, where's
your
book?
That was a year 1...
Yeah, I know. Boy, that was a greatest hits. Best of. Wow.
I guess we're done. Once we release our greatest hits album,
That's true. I wish that you bought us some Cokes for this occasion, like you used to in the olden days.
Yeah. Well, the podcast didn't pay for that. I paid for that.
I know. Out of your own hard-earned money.
So
I appreciate that.
What were you asking?
I'm asking where's your.
I don't want to do the podcast for real. Let's just keep chatting
Eric,
like
please,
this.
No.
Come on.
Tell me what you've been reading, buddy.
Okay. So I still need to finish Cure for the Common Universe. You know what the problem is with this book?
No, I really don't.
When I'm reading it, it's enjoyable, but I never have a desire to pick it back up.
Yes, I know that feeling exactly.
And I read like 70 pages in one shot, and then I put it down. I'm like, and I gotta finish it. I'm so close, but I don't know. Maybe I just don't. I don't care if the kid gets out of this rehab in time to meet.
That's a
to go on his date.
Yeah, you need to care about that.
He's kind of a jerk, and I'm waiting for the part where. We're constantly.
This is a YA novel.
This is a YA novel.
Who's the author?
About oh boy.
Sorry.
I don't have it with me.
Okay.
I feel bad.
That's
but
okay.
The Cure for the Common Universe is about a boy. He has to go into a video game rehab. He's a video game addict.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
Right. His dad put him in it. The problem is he's kind of a jerk. And there's moments where he's like, oh, I realize I'm a jerk now, or I've these problems of mine, not that big of a deal. But then they don't last. And then he goes right back into being a jerk.
That's not fun.
And so it's hard to I like the supporting characters more because they're not as much.
It's hard when you can't relate or at least unite behind not liking the main character. It's hard.
The concept of
Christian McKay Heidegger.
There we go. Thank you. Yep. The concept of a rehab facility that treats its programs like a video game, like you have to gain these experience points and you have to play. It's fun, and I mean, I'm not having any problem with the video game references when he's like. He mentioned something. It's like being out of Shadow of the Colossus, and just went on. I'm like, oh, I know what he's talking about. But like, if you didn't know,
the common man.
Yeah. So, anyway, shout out to Shadow of the Colossus. That's a great game from the PS2 era. I think you can get the HD remake for the PS3.
I never played it.
With
all right. So, anything else besides that one?
Yeah. As soon as I'm done with that, or before I finish that, if the way things are going, I have What's a Dog For? It's a nonfiction book about dogs, the science of, and their relationship to us humans.
Funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think I'm also going to start quoting people by not naming them, just by saying a human.
Huh.
So like a human says, you know?
Yeah.
You think that's good?
No, but it's, but it's unique.
All right. Anyways, I'm kind of excited for it.
Okay.
Because, you know, I have a dog. I love dogs. And then I'm also going to read the Love May Fail by Matthew Quick.
Matthew Quick. Yeah, I'm excited about
I better read it quick in time for that book club.
Actually, more people signed up for that book club than in book clubs in the past, so we sort of ran out of copies, so I just had to buy my own copy. So
there you go.
Take it away from someone.
Yeah.
But
same author as Silver Linings Playbook,
Silver Linings Playbook,
loved.
yeah, which we both loved that. So
no, I loved it.
You probably loved it more than me, I think, but I really did
I loved it.
You loved it so much that you refused to talk about it for
That's
fear
true.
that it might be tainted by the opinions of others.
Yeah.
So I appreciate your deep love for it. Anyway, Love May Fail is Matthew Quick's follow-up to Silver Linings Playbook. We're reading that for Contemporary Classics.
Is it? Because there's another book called The Good Luck of Right Now. Do you know?
I thought this was the next one.
Okay.
I don't know. We can check. We'll have Roger look into it.
But I don't think he heard you. Don't.
Oh, okay. Just keep quiet.
No, we don't want you to do anything.
We don't want to get his attention.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, just move it on.
Yeah.
I finished. Are you done? Sorry, I didn't mean to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm done.
I finished a couple in preparation for today's talk.
Ooh.
So we won't get into them now. But I read Invisible Republic #1. And I read the
All republics are invisible.
Thank you.
No,
I read The Divine by Asif Hanukkah.
I read that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk about that.
We can talk about that later. I finished Blue Screen by Robert Parker.
Blue's Clues?
No. I have read a lot of Blue's Clues books recently, though,
true.
because my son's into that
very
right
good
now.
at that,
so,
yeah.
We could do a whole Blue's Clues spotlight. The Steve versus Joe debate would rage on for years. Anyway, I finished Blue Screen, which is Sunny Randall #5. Sunny Randall is Robert Parker's female detective PI.
Played
great
by,
series, really enjoyed it.
wanted to be played by...
It was written for Helen Hunt.
Helen Hunt.
It was like and it never came to be. So anyway, back in episode 28, a Hamburger's Bookmark, when we did a spotlight on Robert Parker.
A pickle is a Hamburger's bookmark.
It is.
That was what we learned.
From episode 28, yeah. We had Eileen Texa, our former auditorium director here, and she and I got to talking about how Robert Parker's style is recognizable, but each of his characters within that have like their sort of their own subset of style. So you wouldn't read a passage and be like, oh, I wonder which character that is. Like, it's very clear. They're all distinct. So the weirdness with Blue Screen is that it is a Sunny Randall novel.
Right.
But Jesse Stone, from my favorite of the Parker series, plays an almost equal role to Sunny in this. So they meet, they have a relationship, he's there the whole time, and it's just weird. Because the Jesse Stone style sort of dominates the book. So it's like reading Sunny Randall through a lens of Jesse Stone, which is very weird. Okay. So it was probably my least favorite Jesse Stone or Sunny Randall book.
Okay.
I still liked it because I like Parker's writing, but it was odd. My wife had the same experience. I really like Jesse Stone. She loves Sunny Randall, and she hasn't read a standalone Jesse Stone. And so when she read it, she was like, what is this? And when I read it, I was like, oh, well, it's just because Jesse Stone is dominating that style, sort of. So weird. And they have a few more crossovers together. So hopefully the kinks got worked out in this one, and I am looking forward to the others. But so finished Blue Screen, moved on to A Life Without George by Irene Campen. So if you remember a few months, maybe weeks, whatever, back I read Europe Without George, which is like the sequel to this book.
Right.
Could not find a copy of Life Without George anywhere on all of the internet. But I got it through Interlibrary Loan.
Good job, man.
One of the many services we offer here
at
the David A. Howe Public Library.
Just when you think you know about every service that David A. Howe Public Library provides, there's a new one. That's a very common service for many libraries.
It's true, yeah. Our ILL lady, Anne, was able to find it in another library, got me a copy and started reading that. I'm enjoying it. I'm also reading Goong, Volume 14. You know
Goong?
Goong.
Oh, that's Korean manga.
Yeah, Korean manga. There was also a show called Palace or Princess Hours.
Okay.
Based on it. My wife and I have been reading these for like years.
All right. See what you're doing?
Caught back up. What?
You were looking the other way while reading.
Oh yeah.
Away from the microphone.
You're right. Eric likes to lecture me on my microphone.
I'm just trying to help everybody involved. Me, you, our listeners, people who don't listen.
Okay.
I didn't say listen. I said listen.
I know.
It was pretty bad.
It was.
Listen sounds like a really bad mouthwash.
Listen.
Yeah. Did you use your Liston today?
It's the kind of mouthwash you'd buy out of the back of someone's trunk. Hey, you want some mouthwash? I got some Liston.
Listerine?
Yeah, it's like Listerine. Yeah, Liston. Okay.
I feel like that character's been living inside you for years.
I know. It came so quickly. I couldn't believe it.
So,
all right.
Have you been hawking stuff outside of your van?
Yeah, I have. All right, so let's do some book news. So we're going to tell you some stuff that's coming way down the road here. I'll give us a start. I usually ask Eric if he wants to go first, but today I'm not going to do that because I've learned. Coming up, that you don't want to go first.
Oh, I do this time.
Really?
No, actually, something happened with my browser, and now all these books have disappeared.
Wow.
Don't worry, I'll find them.
It's really realistic. All right, so coming out in large print. This is one that we discussed a while back, coming out in standard print. We're also getting this one in large print. So large print fans, you're in luck. The Last Days of Night by Graham Moore, coming to you in large print. A thrilling novel based on actual events about the nature of genius, the cost of ambition, and the battle to electrify America, from the Oscar-winning screenwriter of The Imitation Game and New York Times bestselling author of The Sherlockian.
This is the movie that's going to star Eddie Redmayne?
Yeah,
is
exactly.
That right?
Yeah, so this is coming out in large print, too. So everyone...
and to a theater near you!
That's right. Also coming out in large print a couple months from now, The Rules of Love and Grammar. This is, of course, about beloved actor Kelsey Grammer. Just kidding.
I know. Man, I was so excited.
I know. You know what? I have read Kelsey Grammer's autobiography.
Doesn't he just spend a lot of time like drunk driving into walls?
Weird. Yeah, it's true. He's a weird dude. Yeah. It was an enjoyable book, but that's neither here nor there.
Sure.
The Rules of Love and Kelsey Grammer by Mary Simses. A woman finds love and closure. Oh, you thought I was going to say grammar. A woman finds love and closure and rediscovers herself when she returns to her roots in the enchanting new novel from the author of The Irresistible Blueberry Bake Shop and Cafe. Ooh, that sounds delicious. I would go there. Would you? I kind of want to read that book now.
All right.
Mary Simses is the author of this large print. So let's talk standard. Oh boy. America's favorite, America's sweetheart, America's storyteller, James Patterson himself.
Okay.
Couple of book shots coming your way.
God.
Coming your way. October 6th, coming out, we have The French Kiss. Ooh.
That's a movie. With Meg Ryan and Matthew Broderick.
Kevin Kline.
Matthew Broderick.
No, that's Addicted to Love, and it's a terrible movie. But French Kiss with Kevin Kline and Meg Ryan is great.
Oh, okay.
Detective Luc Moncrief won. So a new character. We're seeing a new character introduced in the book shot. So we'll see if that translates into a novel.
I'm sure he'll spin off into his own book shots collection.
Probably. It's hard enough to move to a new city, but now everyone French detective Luc Moncrief cares about is being killed off. Welcome to New York. Bum, bum, bum. Latest book shot. Another book shot.
Oh, my God.
This one's coming out even sooner, September 6th. I had to give it now so I didn't step on Eric's toes.
Yeah, you're getting... I think we need to give you some, like... if it's this many weeks until now,
the book
it's not an advance notice.
The book shots come out bi-monthly. There's nothing I can do about this.
Okay.
Hunted by James Patterson and Andrew Holmes. Oh, DeLillo was the co-author on the other one. Sorry,
it doesn't matter.
Hey,
do you think people read
matters to his family?
Do you think people read James Patterson books based off of what co-writer is involved?
I do.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't. I really like. Marshall Karp.
Okay.
I like Marshall Karp. He does the NYPD Red stuff, and he does a few others that he co-authors with him. Those I really like. Yeah. Maxine Pietro, not a fan.
Okay.
So,
what about Pietro Romanoff, Colossus of the X-Men?
Yeah, I like him.
Okay, cool.
It's not Romanoff, but yeah, I like him.
What? Rasputin.
I know.
You're right.
You're thinking of Natasha Romanoff, who's the Black Widow.
I can't believe I just called Colossus Pietro Romanoff.
That was embarrassing.
It's Rasputin, because later in a comic book that came out like 10 years ago, they hinted that maybe he's related to the actual Rasputin.
Look out.
Yeah.
Hey, have you read that Black Widow YA book yet?
No. Black Widow Forever Red?
Yeah, I want to read that sometime. No.
Don't you have it?
I got an advanced copy of it a long time ago. It's no longer advanced, but I still have it.
That's true.
I would like to read it. Anyway, Hunted, James Patterson, Andrew Holmes. Someone is luring men from the streets to play a mysterious, high-stakes game in the English countryside. Former Special Forces officer David Shelley will go undercover to take them down, but this might be a game he can't win.
Huh.
I got to tell you something. I only read one of the book shots, but I get the appeal.
Yeah.
You know, because like I've got a lot going on. You know what I mean? Like with the book clubs and everything. It's nice to be able to.
You don't take public transportation.
I don't. Although I have. Allegheny Transit worked pretty well for me for a while there. But I get it. Like being able to sit down and pop these out in a couple hours is nice. So I understand where he's going for. Yeah. Jodi Picoult, Small Great Things. This is coming out standard print, coming out October 11th. Ruth Jefferson is moving on up. Just kidding. Sorry. Ruth Jefferson is a labor and delivery nurse at Connecticut Hospital with more than 20 years' experience. During her shift, Ruth begins a routine checkup on a newborn, only to be told, this is about something happening to a baby. I can't.
All right, maybe we should stop now. Jodi Picoult has a new book coming out.
Okay.
Let's keep...
All right, I'll keep going. Only to be told a few minutes later that she's been reassigned to another patient. The patients are white supremacists and don't want Ruth, who is African American, to touch their child. The hospital complies with their request, but the next day, the baby goes into cardiac distress while Ruth is alone in the nursery. Does she obey orders or does she intervene? With incredible empathy, intelligence, and candor, Jodi Picoult tackles race, privilege, prejudice, justice, and compassion, and doesn't offer easy answers. Small Great Things is a remarkable achievement from a writer at the top of her game. Jodi Picoult tackling hardcore racism. Interesting. Coming out October 11th, Small Great Things. Hey, did you ever read the Wonder Woman run that Jodi Picoult did?
Oh, so bad.
It wasn't very good.
No.
Interesting, though.
Interesting in like a train wreck way.
Well, I mean, the idea of it is interesting to take like a novelist like this and sort of cross over.
Yeah.
Because it was presented like a Jodi Picoult style too. Like the cover was just like her novels and everything.
Well, it was successful in making it that I would never read a Jodi Picoult novel.
Yeah, okay.
So.
Well, Preston and Child. So this is Douglas
Preston. She
had
this thing about the cliffhanger. She's like, "Isn't it a great idea?" I was like, "No, that's stupid. You're stupid."
I read that run. I don't remember hating it.
Oh, well.
It's like, who is Diana Prince? That whole thing?
No, the who is Diana Prince is Diana Prince? Are we talking about the same one? I'm talking about the Wonder Woman where
it's Who is Wonder Woman? And Donna Troy is Wonder Woman for a while.
That's not Jodi Picoult.
No, but it's in that run.
I think it's Gail Simon at the beginning.
Yeah, but then never mind. Jodi Picoult picks up that storyline.
Yeah,
it goes. That's.
I remember reading it and liking that, and then Jodi Picoult came in, and then it was terrible.
It went off the rails.
And then got a little better.
So Wonder Woman fans, maybe avoid the Jodi Picoult run. Yeah. Jodi Picoult fans, check out Wonder Woman. Why not?
That's true.
Maybe that's your way to go.
Yeah.
Douglas Preston and Lincoln Child together again for book 16 in their Pendergast series, The Obsidian Chamber, coming out October 25th, 2016. A tragic disappearance. After a harrowing otherworldly confrontation on the shores of Exmouth, Massachusetts, Special Agent AXL Pendergast is missing.
Where in Massachusetts?
Exmouth. Exmouth.
Yeah.
A shocking return. Sick with grief, Pendergast's ward Constance retreats to her chambers. Is that still a thing? Mm-hmm. Beneath the family mansion at 891 Riverside Drive, only to be taken captive by a shadowy figure from the past. An international manhunt. A Proctor, Pendergast's longtime bodyguard, springs to action, chasing Constance kidnapper through cities, across oceans, and into a wastelands unknown. But in a world of black and white, nothing is as it seems. And by the time Proctor discovers the truth, a terrifying engine has stirred, and it may already be too late. That did nothing for me.
Sorry, man.
Did you like that?
No.
Did it seem
No.
good?
I haven't read the series.
I haven't read the series either, but that didn't pull me in.
Okay.
Sometimes they do.
Sometimes.
Yeah, so that's what I got. What do you got coming up this very week? I'm excited. I hope it's something good.
Lovin' is what I've got.
McLovin
is
from
what I've
Superbad?
got. No, it was just a song.
Oh.
But you've ruined it with your McLovin. Actually, no, you didn't. It was fine.
Hey,
I didn't have
you.
anything to add.
Cool.
I've got books that are coming out oh, geez. I don't even know when these books are coming out. Yes, 23rd? I do. August 23rd, 2016. The year of the second podcast. Not the second year of our podcast.
Yeah.
Are we going to do a second podcast? I feel like we really don't.
A second podcast?
Yeah, I feel like
happen.
We've let down our listeners.
By not having a spin-off?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, just me and Ben
going
off on our own.
This book is coming out November 15th.
Yeah.
Just kidding. See, that's what it would have been like, though.
Yeah.
You would have been like, wait a minute.
Yeah. I don't like it. I don't like what you did.
Let's see. What do we got for nonfiction? A Little Thing Called Life. I'm loving Elvis Presley, Bruce Jenner, and Songs in Between by Linda Thompson. Linda Thompson was a star of Hee Haw. Did I say that right? Hee Haw?
And she loved Elvis Presley and Bruce Jenner?
Yeah. And the songs in between.
Okay.
So, Did you ever watch? I've never watched a single.
I've seen like clips from Hee Haw. Okay. I'm not a big Hee Haw fan.
I guess I think of Green Acres when I hear Hee Haw.
I honestly can't tell you enough about.
All right, you can't tell me enough.
No, I mean enough for it to amount to anything.
The Perfect Horse, the daring U.S. mission to rescue the priceless Stalin. Oh, sorry. Not Stalin. The daring U.S. mission to rescue the priceless...
Please come to rescue me.
The priceless stallions kidnapped...
I'm priceless.
...by the Nazis.
Oh, no.
So apparently the Nazis were stealing priceless stallions as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anything they get their hands on.
Yeah, really?
Man.
So...
When's George Clooney going to make that movie?
Yeah. He would, too.
I know.
It seems like a George Clooney film. Spielberg, get on this one.
What's he doing these days, George Clooney? Is he still around?
He just did Money Monster.
Money Monster?
It came out like in April.
Oh, boy. Okay.
You know what I'm talking about.
I don't think
I do. He's the host of a Money...
Julia Roberts?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that. I mean, I saw that it existed. I never saw it.
It comes out on...
Hey, I forgot to tell you this in book news. It's not really book news, but remember in episode 51 with Ben when he was here, we were talking about Hologram for the King, the Dave Eggers novel. I saw the movie.
When?
Tom Hanks. I don't know, a couple nights ago.
On DVD?
Yeah, it was really good.
Was it?
It was.
Oh.
I didn't like The Circle that much. And this was it was a very odd story. It made me want to read the novel.
All right.
But Tom Hanks was really good in it, no surprise. Right. And it just went in surprising directions. You start the movie thinking it's about one thing, and then by the end you're like, it's about something totally different.
All right.
So I would recommend it.
Okay.
And if anybody's read the book, I would like to hear what you think of it. So hit us up at All the Book Show on Twitter.
Yeah.
Continue.
The Mannings, the fall and rise of a football family.
Hey.
See, that was a tricky title because normally it's the rise and fall.
Yeah, but it's
they fell first and then they rose.
Do you know?
Can you name me a Manning?
Both of them. Eli, Peyton.
And there you go. You did it,
right?
man. Yeah.
And
you did it, Manning.
Cameron Manheim also. Right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, from The Practice.
Right. The other Manning is Archie Manning.
I don't know who that is.
Okay. Let's see. What else? Oh, I didn't. The guy's first name is Lars. The guy who wrote the book. I'm not looking for it now, though. So look for a book by Lars about the Mannings.
Someone named Lars.
All right. The Book, a cover-to-cover exploration of the most powerful object of our time by Keith Houston. This guy looks about 12. I'm sure he's not an authority on books.
Okay.
So, but hey, we may love books, but do we know what lies behind them?
I don't know.
In The Book, Keith Houston, 12-year-old, reveals that the paper, ink, thread, glue, and board from which a book is made tell as rich a story as the world's on its page.
Do they?
Civilizations, empires, humans, ingenuity, and madness.
I don't think they do.
No, it's an inventive, tactile history of this 2,000-year-old medium.
I don't think I'm gonna.
All right.
No.
He calls the book information technology. I thought he called it an infamous technology.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm going to get off this.
All right.
First Star I See Tonight by Suzanne Elizabeth Phillips. Suzanne Elizabeth Phillips is actually Nick's mother-in-law. So.
No, that's not her name at all.
Oh.
No. Different name entirely.
I guess I thought it was.
No.
You're always talking about her.
Yeah.
You're always like, so I had Suzanne Elizabeth Phillips over for dinner. She's my mother-in-law, the mother of my wife.
You're remembering that wrong.
Oh, all right. No, Suzanne Elizabeth Phillips is a stranger to Nick.
Yeah, she is.
Really?
Yeah.
Not.
She is.
All right. Pen pals.
Yep. My actual mother-in-law could school you on Star Trek, though.
What?
I'll tell you that.
Where'd that come from?
I'm just saying she could.
I mean, probably.
She definitely could. There's no problem.
I don't know why you had to bring that up.
I'm just telling you.
It's very aggressive.
Well, sorry.
You know what?
Do you accept
her
implied challenge? Okay.
Me.
All right.
Your mother-in-law.
Oh, yeah. Star Trek
Field of
trivia.
Dreams. Star Trek battle.
Okay.
Oh man, I'm gonna get crushed.
We can all agree, no Deep Space Nine. We'll start from there. This has been the nerdiest moment of the podcast, which is really impressive because the main focus is going to be the Hugo Awards, but what we just did was nerdier than that. So
okay, you've got the right attitude for this episode. Let me tell you.
Hey, you know what, buddy?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Okay. Wait,
go on.
I have the blue one.
No, you always say that.
Oh.
Go back and listen to the tape.
All right.
The
tape? What are you, from the 60s?
Yeah, I am.
Oh. Rewind the tape. I gotta hear this. Wait, I have the blue one. There you go. Proof.
Okay. Oh, I just swallowed my tongue.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, I'm okay.
Oh, wow. That's the last thing you want to do. And probably the last thing you would do.
Yeah, that's true. The Dollhouse
boy.
by Fiona Davis. Not The Doll Maker. That's Joyce Carol Oates. To see, if you were reading both these books, that would confuse me as
really
much as
really confusing.
Ace of Hearts and Jack of Spades, whatever you did.
Yeah. Hearts in Atlantis.
Hearts, oh my gosh.
Jack of Spades.
So The Dollhouse by Fiona Davis. That's what the boys like to call it. The Barbizon Hotel for Women. Packed to the rafters with pretty little dolls, just like you.
Thanks, man.
No, not you.
Hey, don't no take backsies.
She arrives at the famed hotel in 1952. I'm just going to read the last paragraph.
Doll.
Yet, as Rose's obsession deepens, the ethics of her investigation become increasingly murky, and neither woman will remain unchanged when the shocking truth is finally revealed. What is that about?
I don't know.
You should only ever read the last. Hey, Andrew Gross kind of looks like Nathan Fillion. Have we talked about this before?
Yeah.
We have.
I don't know. I didn't want to talk about it now, so I said yes.
Okay. Wait, what if that means Andrew Gross looks like Castle?
Oh.
You want to talk about that?
Not really.
All right. The One Man by Andrew Gross.
Okay.
Very last thing here. Now the government wants him to take on the most dangerous assignment of his life. Nathan must sneak into Auschwitz on a mission to find and escape with one man.
Wow.
Oh, this is set in 1944.
Okay.
That definitely adds.
Makes more sense.
Yeah, because now it's like, well, isn't it like just kind of a museum now?
Right.
So, it's like, hey, we just need to get out of here.
Get out of this historical marker.
Yeah. But yeah, 1944, that's a
whole different story.
Yeah.
Whole
so maybe
story.
if you're going to read the last paragraph, go back and read the first paragraph, like a Quentin Tarantino movie.
I understand, yeah.
Okay. Sorrow Road by Julia Keller.
Oh, what a downer.
1944.
Wow.
What is going on? People love writing about 1944.
Okay.
It's World War II.
Yeah.
The Holocaust.
Okay.
Are you familiar?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Okay. 3 young men from a small town in West Virginia are among the American forces participating in D-Day, changing the fortunes of the war with one bold stroke. How is that moment aboard a Navy ship as it barrels towards the Normandy shore related to the death of an old man in an Appalachian nursing home 72 years later?
I don't know.
My guess is he's one of those 3 people.
Okay.
Or maybe they saved somebody.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. You intrigued?
Yeah.
Really?
No.
Oh.
I just thought it would make for better radio.
Yeah.
I said I was.
Yeah. Well, for that, I would need another co-host. Oh my gosh. No.
Oh, Eric, please pick up your mic.
Okay. We're starting this second year off kind of aggressive at each other.
I know.
Maybe we should calm down.
I know.
Hey,
this is where we were at about episode 9.
That's
think.
true.
Now
We gotta get back.
Yeah,
Where were we two weeks ago?
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
This picture of this author is like one of those awkward family photos. It's him holding his dog, but he's like he's not smiling well. Anyway, I'm sorry, W. Bruce Cameron.
No, you don't know him anything.
Repo Madness by W. Bruce Cameron.
Did you say Reefer Madness?
No, Repo Madness.
Oh.
Reefer Madness is what era? 60s? 70s film?
I think it's 50s.
Wow. Let's see. It's a laugh out loud thrilling adventure. He's a best-selling author. Rudy McMahon, former college football star, now Calcasa, Michigan Repo Man, is finally getting his life back on track.
Wow.
He has a beautiful fiancée, Katie Lautner, a somewhat stable job stealing cars, and a lazy, lovable basset hound.
Oh.
Maybe he says, anyways, what were we going to say?
He's got
Alan's
a nice
voice returns, and Rudy and Alan work together to bring down a corrupt banker, win back Katie's love, and stop a serial killer before you can strike again.
Look out.
Yeah. I can't tell if this is a dog book.
I can't either.
Or, I don't know. Are you going to read that?
No.
All right. Batman / Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Volume 1 by James Tynion the Fourth.
Oh, yeah.
The Dark Knight and the Heroes in a Half Shell collide in the comics crossover event of the year. Has this never happened before?
It's the kind of thing that I've always wanted but never knew until
New
just
York
this moment.
City. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles face the battle of a lifetime, fighting both the fearsome Foot Clan and their leader, the Shredder, and the alien forces of General Krang.
What do you know?
Which is exactly Krang's plan. Now a single-dimensional warp can rid him of both his greatest rivals at once. Gotham City, from the Penguin to Killer Croc to Ra's al Ghul and beyond, the caped crime fighter called Batman already has his hands full protecting his city. Suddenly a new enemy emerges. The Shredder and his ninja followers, transported to Gotham and unleashed upon an unsuspecting world. Now they're on the hunt for the technology that will help them return home and conquer Gotham City in the process with the help of Batman's deadliest rogues. But heroes come in all shapes, and the Dark Knight does not fight alone, as the Caped Crusader joins forces with Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo, Raphael, and Master Splinter. Can the Bat, the Rat, and the Turtles take down the most vicious villains from 2 dimensions? I want to read this right now.
I think we have to.
We got to get this for the
Consider
library.
That a purchase suggestion right there.
That was great. Okay.
That's funny.
Who are the Batman villains you want to see teamed up?
Oh boy.
With Shredder.
I don't know.
Not the Joker. That's a little too chaotic.
Too much. Yeah. Scarecrow?
Bane?
I don't know.
Scarecrow? Yeah, that's a good one.
I see Scarecrow.
What would the turtles' fears be if they were exposed to Scarecrow's gas?
I don't know. Dryness?
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh, no. Give me the water. Man, that sounds all kinds of exciting.
Yeah, it does.
Here's the thing, though. It says the Dark Knight does not fight alone. He does.
Yeah,
that's kind of his thing.
Yeah.
Though he does have sidekicks. Do you think his sidekicks are going to show up? That'd be it for you.
Yeah, it would be.
If it was Batman, the Ninja Turtles, and Nightwing and Robin.
Yeah.
Batgirl.
I know.
All right. You want to talk about the New York Times bestsellers list?
Yes, I'm excited.
All right.
I always like hearing what they are.
Yeah, sure.
Go on.
See if anything. It's funny. We were right. Girl on the Train is just Girl on the Train and the other one.
All the Light We Cannot See?
No, maybe before you. They were just like gone as soon as they went to paperback.
Yeah.
Now hardbacks are just sitting on the shelves waiting to be torn apart.
Who needs them?
Number 10, The Girls by Emma Cline. In the summer of 1969, a California teenager is drawn to a Manson.
Hanging in there.
Like cult.
Uh-oh. Hey, you did it.
I did it.
Good job.
So, I read that book. Number 9, All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Dewar.
It's still there.
Are you going to read it?
It's still there.
Don't you have a book club coming up with that?
No.
No.
No,
Okay.
we're doing Girl on a Train.
Hey, number 8. This is a drop.
Mm-hmm.
The Black Widow by Gabriel Allen. Nope, Gabriel Allen is the character by Daniel Silva. Oh, boy, that was rough. I got his name wrong twice.
Yes, you did.
Sweet Tomorrows, number 7. This is by Debbie McCumber.
Okay.
This is one of 12 books she has coming out this week.
Uh-huh.
No, I'm kidding.
That sounds right.
All right.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Number 6, The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware.
Ruth Ware?
Ware.
Where?
Where? Number 5, Three Sisters, Three Queens by Philippa Gregory.
Oh, boy.
The ties and conflicts among 3 royal women in the court of Henry VIII.
Henry VIII.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember him.
Which Henry is that? I can't keep track of
Decapitating
all the
people.
Henrys and Georges.
Yeah.
It's too much. Oh, he was the one constantly beheading his wives.
Yeah.
Because they were bearing sons.
Yeah.
So dumb.
Yeah.
All right. Number 4.
Okay.
Bullseye! That's the name. By James
Oh.
Patterson and Michael Ludwig. How do you feel about Ludwig?
Haven't read a Ludwig.
All right. So this is Michael Bennett.
Okay.
This is Michael Bennett.
Haven't read a Michael Bennett story either.
All right. Truly, Madly Guilty by Leanne Moriarty. Nick does not like this title.
No, I don't.
Number 2, New This Week.
I'm ready.
No, that's the title of the book. Just kidding. Number 2, Insidious by Catherine Coulter.
You know, I have never read a Catherine Coulter book.
The book has a
Venus flytrap, right?
on it.
I love everything about that cover. I love
scary.
Like the
purple?
colors. Yeah, the purple, the colors. It's very unique.
You know why you like the
purple
purple and
to
green?
pick that up and read it.
It's a comic booky
Do
combination
you think
of
that's
purple
it?
and green.
I guess that could be.
It's like a supervillain, like
Yeah.
Mysterio.
Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think you're.
Lex Luthor. Makes sense.
My shirt has a sticker on it still.
Wow,
This shirt
embarrassing.
provided to me by my sister Erin. Thank you.
Wow, shout out to Erin. Hi, Erin.
Yeah.
And now this is a sister that I've never met,
Yes, right.
but she is real.
She's real.
You're not making her up.
She got me this chili pepper shirt.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Number 1. Oh, this is 2 weeks on the list. The Underground Railroad by Colson Whitehead. A slave girl heads towards freedom on the network, envisioned as an actual tracks and tunnels. All right.
Okay.
So
That's it. That did it.
there we go. That's the New York Times bestsellers, according to the New York Times.
Right, what do they know?
Yeah. Do you want to?
Their own criteria.
Insidious is actually number 1 for the combined print.
Really?
Yeah. In
It's
ebooks.
funny. I don't really think of Catherine Coulter as like a huge name anymore. Whenever it seems like she's the most prominent person in our book sale every year.
Well, if we were doing combined print and ebook fiction,
Yeah.
and that includes paperback, then right? So
Yeah.
that's Girl on the Train is number 2.
Yeah.
So it's still there.
Yeah, it makes
Holding
sense.
out.
I picked up a copy of Girl on the Train over the weekend. I found it at a thrift store in like perfect shape.
Did you?
Pretty big deal.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
read it?
also find Red Hot Chili Peppers. Freaky Styly.
Freaky Styly.
Very
Second
funky.
album. First album.
Funky
was-
funk.
Yeah.
We don't have that here, do we?
No.
What do we have?
We have Blood Sugar Sex Magic.
Okay.
We have Californication.
Yeah.
And we have their new
A
album.
new one. Getaway.
The Getaway.
Yeah.
The Getaway inside your car. That's the
I
first
really
one.
like the new album.
Thanks,
I
man.
don't. I mean, I'm not like a long-term Chili fan like you, but I like the new one.
I'm not that. Mine's about 2002. It's not long term.
That was 14 years ago.
No!
I don't think you meant that. I think you really thought that 2002 was recently.
Isn't it?
No.
Spider-Man came out in 2002.
That was 14
You're telling me the
years
first Spider-Man
ago.
movie is an old movie.
No.
Okay.
I'm not.
All right.
No, it is an old movie.
I couldn't handle it.
Spider-Man 1 is so old, I would let it babysit my kid. That's how long that movie's been around.
You let a 14-year-old babysit your kid?
Yeah, if it was responsible 14-year-old.
Okay.
Probably knew the family.
That's true. Girls grow up fast.
Yeah.
So they're more mature.
Anyway.
Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare is on the young adult bestsellers list. It's been number 1 for about 23 weeks.
Wow.
So
is that part of the
it's a Shadowhunters book.
Immortals? Oh, okay.
So they grapple with the occult murders and first love.
Interesting. Do we have it?
Yeah. It's in the young adult section.
Do you find that it's popular?
That's for another time.
Interesting.
But I mean, those books. 23 weeks.
Yeah.
I have not seen anything else.
Do you not see a correlation with the best-selling books in our
No, I do.
Highest circulating
just not
ones?
that one. And I think it might be because it's it looks like a standalone.
Oh.
But right now the City of Bone books are flying off the shelf all the time because there's a new show.
Is it out yet? I thought it wasn't out.
The show's out.
Oh,
the show's been on for what is it? Fuse or something? Fusion? I can't. Whatever ABC Family used to be.
Oh, okay. All right. That movie was
well
rough.
I guess the shows, because those books were kind of just they were there, but not they were getting checked out every now and then. But since the show's been on, it's all the time now.
Sounds like we need to get some paperback tie-in cover versions of those.
Yeah. So, all right.
Interesting. Okay.
Close this.
Good to know.
New York Times review of What's a Dog For?
Well, today, as we mentioned earlier, we're going to talk about the Hugo Awards. Now,
and that is the awards given out by the Martin Scorsese film Hugo.
No.
Oh,
that's different.
Oh my gosh, I've been reading through a completely different list.
So the Hugo Awards come out every year. What year do they start, Eric?
You would ask me.
I'm sorry, I thought you would.
They were first given in 1953 at the 11th World Science Fiction Convention.
Okay, and then they've been going every year, and now they're even going back and doing classic.
Right.
Okay.
They've been awarded everywhere since 1955. They skipped around at first.
Okay.
So
I think that I have no connection to the Hugo Awards, and I think the only time that I've ever thought about the Hugo Awards was way back last August when we were doing this, and you talked about the Hugo Awards. I think that was the first time I'd ever given them any thought.
Yeah, man.
But you seem like you're a little bit more in touch with the Hugo Awards.
The Hugo Awards are actually considered to be one of the few awards that will increase book sales.
Really?
That if you put Hugo winner on a sci-fi book, that book's gonna have better sales.
Huh. Interesting.
So, which
I know they find that we talked a little bit about Newbery and Caldecott, not necessarily. Same with Pulitzers.
Yeah.
I mean, we got the Pulitzer Prize winner, didn't really do much.
Yeah.
So, but Hugo Awards, I guess maybe the fans of that genre are a little bit more into.
Well, it's a fan. It's fan voted. You have
right.
to have a membership to whatever convention is providing it. But once you do, you can read and vote on a.
You didn't you do that one year?
I did that in 2014.
Okay.
That sounds right for the 2015 awards, right before I got here.
All right.
So my picks didn't win everything.
Sorry.
So it's okay.
It's too bad.
Actually, they've been giving out digital copies. If you sign up and pay for the membership, they'll give you a digital.
What is that? Do you know?
The digital? Oh, the cost?
Yeah.
It's $70.
Okay.
So
but then you get a lot of material, right?
You get. I did it the year the entire Wheel of Time series was nominated, so I got the entire Wheel of Time series in ebook form.
That was we put it out on Twitter. One of the responses we got about the Hugo Awards
that was nominated, didn't win. None of the books none of the Wheel of Time books had ever been nominated.
Yeah, I saw that when we got this comment.
There's a rule in the Hugo Awards that a finished, completed series, if none of the other entries have been nominated, can be nominated for a complete work.
Wow.
So,
but it didn't win.
No.
Well, I got one vote from all the books listeners.
The Justice book one. I can't remember.
Okay.
I will remember. Incinerary Justice.
So have you lately? You've been going back and sort of catching up with these,
yes,
right?
I find the Hugo list to be very helpful in terms of finding older sci-fi books to read, and classic authors and everything.
Do you have favorites that you've read?
I do. We should have come up with a cool little structure for this, because now it's I've got this. One of the first winners was Robert A. Heinlein. So Starship Troopers, Stranger in Strangeland, Double Star. He won his first one in 1956.
For Starship Troopers?
No, for Double Star. Starship Troopers was later on.
Okay.
It was in 1960.
Do you have a favorite Heinlein book?
Starship Troopers.
Okay.
So yeah, it started in 1955. It's been going on since, and they award for all kinds of awards. They have best novel, best novella, best novelette, which James Patterson would call a bookshot. So this would say best bookshot. James Patterson would take the gold for that.
Yeah, boy, the James Patterson Awards.
And best short story.
Okay.
So best related work, which tends to be can be music, can be anything like that.
I looked, especially in the short stories. I expected to find Jack Finney's name in there. Jack Finney, author of Invasion of the Body Snatchers, but I mean, he was really prominently known, especially in the 50s and 60s, for science fiction short stories. He's got a couple of collections. The Third Level is one. I Love Galesburg and Springtime is another. And they're great. I think you'd really enjoy them. They have sort of I don't know, kind of a Richard Matheson vibe to them. Another big sci-fi short story writer.
Okay.
But they're a little bit more hopeful, I guess I would say. But the only thing that Jack Finney's on there for is the 1978 version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers film with Donald Sutherland and Leonard Nimoy was nominated, didn't win. The only time I found Jack Finney on there, I was a little disappointed.
Okay.
I don't have a long list of winners that I've read, but I have read Starship Troopers, thanks to you. I read Ender's Game because of a book club here.
Which is great.
Yeah, sure. I read Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
Yeah.
Which is the only Harry Potter to win.
Yes, that's true.
But it's
Which is weird. I don't know. Out of the 4 first ones I read, I would have probably given it to the third one, Prisoner of Azkaban. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like the Goblet of Fire is a little bit more. It feels like it's got a heavier like fantasy element because of the competition and the kinds of things they're running into, like dragons and mermaids and all sorts of stuff. So I get it.
Yeah, Prisoner of Azkaban came out in 2000. It was nominated, but it did not win.
Yeah. So I've read that too.
Okay.
But then the other winner that I've read would be Fahrenheit 451. So with the exception of Ender's Game, I've liked all the ones that I read. I've read a few of the nominated ones.
Ender's Game is a great book. Everybody who's read it knows that, except for you.
I'm not saying it's a bad book. I'm just saying that I personally don't like it.
At one point, he wrote something about a fart, and you just extrapolated that.
First of all, it's extrapolate.
What'd I say?
I don't know. You were like Scrappy-Doo or something. I'm going to buy you an ebook copy of Ender's Game so you can do a word search for fart.
Good.
And you will find 685 instances. But that's not it. I just don't enjoy the story. And if you go find my Goodreads review, because I say in my Goodreads review, like, everybody loves this. So obviously, this is accomplishing something. Yeah. It's just me personally. I don't like it. Okay. That should be okay with you, my man. But it's not. Yeah. It's not, and I respect that. I've also, for nominees, I read Whatever Happened to the Cape Crusader, which is Neil Gaiman. I read C.S. Lewis's Space Trilogy. I read Narnia. And I want to read Old Man's War, which John Scalzi, which was nominated but did not win.
Which one?
Old Man's War.
Right, yes.
Didn't win. As far as like the movies, I've seen and loved a lot of the movies. Back to the Future, for one.
Okay.
Winner of that. What are some of your favorites that you've read?
That I've read. Let's see. The Demolished Man, which was the first winner by Alfred Bester, creator of the Green Lantern Oath.
Yeah. Brightest Day and Blackest Night.
The Demolished Man was great. I really liked it. Let's see. What else have I read? Starship Troopers, Canticle for Leibowitz. Love that. Stranger in Strangeland, not so much. Let's see. I won't talk about the ones. Dune, as much as I didn't like it, I still have this affinity for it.
Okay.
You haven't read Dune? It's just been sitting on your personal shelf.
I've read
forever.
I have a cool little box set of the first 3 books. I've picked up Dune a couple of times. I've read probably the first 80 pages, and I just it's so dense.
Yeah,
and it's so reliant on you basically knowing another language.
Yeah,
that he made up. I mean, you have to constantly go back to the glossary.
Dune is on this very short list I have of books I just need to reread again.
You've read Dune.
I've read Dune.
And did you like it?
I liked it when I read it. I mean, it was long and it was hard to get through at times, but I did like it. There's some cool imagery in it.
It's just it was another one. I think the concept of the world in Dune is an interesting one.
I tried to watch the movie from the 80s,
and
I couldn't finish that.
I just can't. I just am so lost, I think, in the language and the terminology and everything. I just was constantly going back to the glossary.
Yeah.
I just couldn't.
All right.
I think if you're really dedicated to it, and probably if you're a little bit more familiar with I would say fantasy more so than sci-fi, kind of prepares you for that.
That's true. You're right.
So I think if that's your jam.
Have you not read Slaughterhouse-Five? I thought you have.
I actually have not read Kurt Vonnegut. So.
Oh, okay, maybe we have talked about that.
Hopefully our former director, Michelle's not listening. He's her absolute favorite.
Ringworld by Larry Niven. That one in 1971. Ringworld. You always hear Ringworm when I say that, but it's Ringworld.
I'm sorry, just don't.
I loved that one. Let's see. The Forever War. I love that one by Joe Helderman.
Didn't Leviathan's Wake win?
It did not. Startide Rising by David Brin. I loved that. Neuromancer. Oh, no. Ender's Game. Speaker for the Dead. I did love.
That's the sequel to Ender's Game.
Hyperion. I loved by Dan Simmons. Mm-hmm. And Green Mars. No.
We have that series. Green Mars, Red Mars.
I have Blue Mars at home as well.
Bluefish.
What?
Nothing.
American Gods I liked, but it's weird, and I wouldn't suggest it to a parent.
Neil Gaiman.
Yeah, I wouldn't suggest it to him.
Okay.
Graveyard Book I loved. Wind Up Girl I loved.
Okay.
And Red Shirts I didn't like.
Okay.
Anyway, so I guess a lot of the winners that I've read I've really liked.
Well, that's good.
I guess my plan is to eventually have read all the winners.
Wow.
Then I'm like, now what do I do? And then go through and just read the nominees. Yeah.
Wow.
Also, though, there's this other award called the Nebula Award. And that's also sci-fi and fantasy. I think it probably is a little bit more keen on fantasy.
It's the Golden Globes of
but that's good. But there's some crossover. There's a lot of crossover.
Okay.
Ender's Game won both. Neuromancer won both.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, the current awards are out there now.
They are.
We'll post a list of the winners so you can see all that. Here are
I will announce the winners.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll tell you when.
All right.
Okay.
Here are the nominees for this year.
For best novel.
All right. Ancillary Mercy by Ann Leckie.
I guess that's book 4.
Oh, okay.
Oh, am I supposed to? I thought you were pointing at me to add commentary to these.
Oh, you can if you want to. I was going to say you could do the next one.
Oh, okay. No, let's start it over. Okay. All right. I'm ready.
Ancillary Mercy by Ann Leckie.
The Cinder Spires by the... Oh, no, but I've already screwed it up.
Aeronauts.
I'm embarrassed. Can we cut this?
No.
Oh, my God.
Cinder Spires, The Aeronauts Windlass.
Yeah, Windlass
by Jim Butcher. I actually did kind of want to read that.
Okay,
I enjoyed the Dresden Files. Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin.
Yeah. Seven Z's, a novel by Neil Stevenson.
Now, that looked good to me, too.
We have 2 copies of that, I believe.
I think we do, yeah.
And...
Uprooted by Naomi Novik.
Uprooted is a young adult novel. We have it in our young adult collection. But I think it won the Nebula.
Oh, okay.
Already.
Do you know, does that have any sort of, like, if it won the Nebula, does that make it more or less likely?
I didn't know the Nebula was before the Hugos.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't know. I would... My guess is Uprooted is probably going to be the one that wins.
Okay.
Because Ancillary Mercy is like part 4 of a series.
We have.
I don't think Jim Butcher has ever won.
We have most, if not all, of those best novels. We should say that was out of 3,695 nominating ballots. So there was that many votes for the nomination process. Mm-hmm. Came up with those 5. Yeah. Best novella, Binti by Nendi Okafor.
Mm-hmm. Oh, The Builders by Danielle Polanski.
Penrick's Demon by Lois McCaster Bujold.
Very, very good on that one.
Thank you.
Perfect State by Brandon Sanderson.
Slow Bullets by Alistair Reynolds.
All right.
Have not read those. So best novelette, I think, is basically just a longer short story.
Yeah.
So here's best novelette. And You Shall Know Her by The Trail of Dead by Brooke Bolander.
Mm-hmm. Flashpoint Titan by Chia Kai Wai.
Folding Beijing by Hao Jingfan, translated by Ken Liu.
Orbits by Stephen King from The Bazaar of Bad Dreams.
It's obits, like obituary.
What'd I say?
Orbits.
Oh, like the gum.
Yeah. Obits, I've read that one, actually. Bazaar of Bad Dreams.
Oh, you have to read this one, the next one, really, really well, man.
Okay. Some people really like the Stephen King short stories.
Okay.
I have not found that to be true with me.
Well, that's good, because this is a novelette.
Some of them, yeah, I know.
Aha.
But it's in the collection, The Bazaar of Bad Dreams, which we have multiple copies of that as well. I was not able to finish that book. I've been sort of going back and forth, but it didn't really grab me. Finally, for Best Novelette, What Price Humanity by David Van Dyke. Well, we can stop there, but I do want to talk briefly about the, jump down a little bit farther, do Best Graphic Story, because this is where I've actually read some of these.
I've heard
talk about these.
The other 2, Aaron Dies Alone and Full Frontal Nerdery. How would you say that?
Nerdity.
Full Frontal Nerdity. Those are both webcomics.
Okay.
So they must have been collected together.
All right. So the full for Best Graphic Story are The Divine, written by Boaz Lavery, Aaron Dies Alone, Full Frontal Nerdity, Invisible Republic Volume 1, and The Sandman Overture, written by Neil Gaiman. So that Sandman Overture is like a prequel to The Sandman, or is it
Yeah.
It's a prequel. Okay.
Yeah.
So we definitely have that in our collection.
And it was great.
We also have The Divine, and we have Invisible Republic Volume 1.
The Divine was weird.
It was weird. I know because I read them both here. The Divine, I don't really, I enjoyed it, but I don't
know what it's
really
getting at.
No. I don't really know what the message is either. It was
You can figure out what side of that.
I mean, it seemed like it was a political
Suddenly
thing.
it became very magic.
It did.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah. And, I sort of liked that at first because it felt really grounded, and then there was just, little magic sprinkling in. But it felt a little unresolved to me. I don't know.
Strange book.
I didn't grab, any profound meaning from it. Have you read Invisible Republic?
I haven't.
That I really enjoyed. You should check that out.
Okay.
I think it's actually checked out now. But Invisible Republic was sort of split in between a journalist who discovered a diary, and then sort of you see the original story that he's looking at in the diary. That puts up a really interesting world, sort of I guess I wouldn't say post-apocalyptic, but bad stuff has gone down and the world is not great anymore. But I thought that was I was really engaged in that. I thought it was really well written. I didn't realize until I finished it that it was volume 1. I missed that somehow. I was expecting more of a contained story.
Got it.
So I was left a little at the end because it has sort of a
Image Comics
end to it. But
okay.
I would recommend that. I think it's good. I think it's a series I would like to follow. So
okay.
Have you read Sandman Overture?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I loved it. It was no time had passed in in him writing Sandman.
All right.
So it was great. The art was great. The book was great. Very emotional.
Cool.
Let's see. We should talk about best dramatic presentation. This is with movies. They're long form and short form, but it's always funny. You can go and look at old Hugo winners, and sometimes the best dramatic presentation is awarded no award.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So,
well, some past winners include some favorites of ours, like Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Galaxy Quest.
Yep.
A couple of Star Trek Menagerie.
There you go. Yeah.
I love that. Star Trek, All Good Things. That's next gen.
All right.
So here's what we got for this year. Number 1, Avengers: Age of Ultron, written and directed by Joss Whedon.
Ex Machina, written and directed by Alex Garland.
Matt, you've seen that, right?
Ex Machina? Yeah.
Good?
Yeah.
All right. Mad Max Fury Road, written by George Miller, Brendan McCarthy, and Nico Lathoris, directed by George Miller.
Yeah. The Martian,
you also love that.
Screenplay by Drew Goddard, directed by Ridley Scott.
Mm-hmm. I like The Martian.
Yeah.
Much prefer the book, but the movie was solid.
Yeah.
Star Wars, this is a new sci-fi series.
Yeah.
Called the Star Wars.
Yeah, the Star Wars.
Okay, and some sort of force is.
Do you notice that the title
awakens.
doesn't include Episode 7?
Yeah,
but we all know it is.
We do know.
I think it's because they didn't want people. They wanted to get new people who didn't want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
New fans. So they just were like, well, don't call it episode anything.
Well, only the prequels really make a big deal of the episode.
I call Empire Episode 5.
Yeah, but that's not really I don't think you would. I don't think you assign those episode numbers to the other ones.
It bothers me. It should say Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens.
I disagree.
Well, you can shut up.
I don't think if the others were listed. I think if Return of the Jedi, I don't think it would say Episode 6.
No, I would put Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
I'd have to.
I think it's a personal preference. I don't think you can.
No, I don't think it is.
I think it's just the prequels.
What are you trying? Why are you focusing on this now?
I mean, it's interesting because I think the prequels are the ones that really emphasize that episode thing.
But now you can't just be like Episode 3 and then Star Wars and New Hope. In fact, it's not even supposed to be a New Hope. It's just Star Wars. But those people who complain that it shouldn't say a New Hope should shut up.
Wow.
It's just called Star Wars: A New Hope. Who cares?
I'm not enjoying this, so I'm going to move this on. Best dramatic presentation, short form. So this looks like episodic television.
Yeah.
Doctor Who, Heaven Sent, written by Stephen Moffat.
Grim headache.
I do not watch Grimm.
But I don't watch Grimm either.
Jessica Jones. Sorry.
Oh, I thought we were saying the people. I don't care. Just say
Jessica Jones, a.k.a. Smile. I don't think I got this far in the series, but I was enjoying that.
It's the last episode of the series.
Then I have not gotten that far.
My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, the Cutie Map.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Supernatural.
Parts 1 and 2.
Just my imagination.
Yeah.
Supernatural, man. Props to Supernatural.
Doctor Who gets
that long.
Nominated all the time for best short form presentation.
People love Doctor Who.
I am interested to see what wins long form. Whether it be, it won't be Avengers and it won't be Star Wars.
Yeah,
it's going to be Mad Max, Ex Machina, or The Martian. Probably it's going to be between Mad Max and Ex Machina. So,
yeah, that makes sense.
And I'd be happy with any of those.
Okay.
So.
All right. Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, you can find out more about the Hugo Awards on their website, HugoAwards.org.
Yeah.
You can follow them on Twitter at the Hugo Awards.
You did it. Yeah.
I did what?
And the winners will be announced now by the not too distant future Eric. Thanks, past Eric and Nick. Let's get to the winners of the 2016 Hugo Awards. For Best Dramatic Presentation in Short Form, you have Jessica Jones in the episode AKA Smile. For the Best Dramatic Presentation in Long Form, The Martian, the screenplay by Drew Goddard and directed by Ridley Scott. Best Graphic Story was The Sandman Overture, written by Neil Gaiman, illustrated by J.H. Williams III. Best Short Story, Cat Pictures Please, by Naomi Krinzer. Best Novelette, Folding Beijing, by Hao Xingfeng, translated by Ken Lau. Best Novella, Binti, by Nadi Okafor. And the best novel is The Fifth Season, by N.K. Jameson. And back to you, past Eric and Nick. Thanks, not too distant future Eric.
Yeah, really. Boy, he did a great job.
Yeah.
I feel like he's really matured.
Yeah.
Since we recorded the rest of the episode.
Yeah, yeah.
Boy, that long form winner.
Yeah.
What a shock.
Sure was.
Then,
or maybe it wasn't.
Yeah, maybe it was. Yeah, it's hard to say, I guess. But
so.
And the graphic. Did you see that coming? The graphic winner?
Yes.
You did see it coming. Okay.
But yeah.
All right, I didn't know what to expect.
Right,
so, I don't really have any feelings either way.
Yeah.
So.
Now that we've are able to travel to the future a little bit.
Yeah.
We should just leave. Go right to the future.
Huh.
Say so long to the present.
No, and I guess it depends on what rules of time travel you're following.
Okay.
Because either we go to the future and everybody's like, oh my gosh, you look the same and you've been missing for 40 years.
Right.
Or we have our future self there because the timeline picks up when we return. So I think the most logical one would be that we're just missing.
I want the first one.
Yeah. What, we're missing?
Yeah.
I think that's probably what would happen.
Like, where did you go? All this. But also, I'd probably go to the point where, like, no one would recognize me.
Right.
So, 200 years in the future.
Ooh, okay.
That's usually the time it takes a civilization to collapse.
Probably.
Who knows what America's called then?
Who knows? Yeah.
So,
I don't know.
We should have talked to the far distant future, Eric.
Oh, we should.
That would have given us some answers. Anyway,
boy. Ooh, so the nebulas are coming out. No, the nebulas are out.
I'm gonna check that out right now as you vamp.
Okay.
Are you not gonna vamp? What just happened? You just froze. You're so much better at vamping.
It was a bit, Eric. It was a bit. And
May 14th was when it happened. I can tell you the winners. Right. I think I announced these when it happened.
Yeah,
Uprooted by Naomi Novak.
You said
that was the winner.
Mm-hmm.
Novella was Binti by Nindi Okafor. I think you had read that last time. And Our Lady of the Open Road won Novelette.
Okay.
So, we should also... and Mad Max Fury Road won the dramatic presentation.
Oh, okay.
So
that's maybe tells us something, maybe doesn't. And we already know, because you just announced them from the future.
You know what we should have mentioned as well before we close out? The Hugo Awards, because they started at a certain time, give out retro awards. And I think I've mentioned this before. So leading up, so the awards years they've been doing the retros, 1939 through other ones. So let's see, we got The Sword in the Stone by T.H. White was the winner for the 1939 retroactive award, and that came out in 2014.
I know Fahrenheit 451 won one of those.
Okay. Yes, it did.
And we both read that.
Let's see. This year's retroactive award is for 1941. So the winner isn't announced yet, or it was announced. You got Slan, The Reign of Wizardry, Calicane, The Ill-Made Knight, and Grey Lensman. I haven't heard of any of those.
Wow, me neither.
Isaac Asimov won for the 1946 one, The Mule.
I just picked up an Asimov book over the weekend called The Human Brain.
I don't know that one, man.
That sounds interesting.
Robert A. Heinlein won Farmer in the Sky for his 1951 retroactive, and 1954's was Fahrenheit 451.
Okay.
So
cool.
Let's get off the Hugo Awards because all our listeners are.
They're gone.
Yeah,
they're gone.
They
now.
left.
No, it's basically just our wives and a few close friends at this point. So
thanks,
pals, for sticking with us through and through. Yeah. Anything upcoming that we want to remember? We still want suggestions for author spotlights and different things.
Yeah.
You know what? We did have a Twitter question that I said that we were going to get to this time. So let me pull that up.
Do you?
Yeah, this was from a Twitter user, The Burf, if you'll recall. He says, all the book show, love to hear about how one differentiates between comics versus graphic novels and advice on titles to start with in different genres.
Look, the first question is arbitrary. Is that the right word? Arbitrary?
Maybe.
I always say comics are their single issue form.
Yeah.
And graphic novels are their collected form. However, I usually you also would call something a graphic novel if it was originally presented in graphic novel form.
I tend to think of graphic novels as a open and closed story, rather than 6 issues of the latest Batman. I mean, I guess sort of colloquially we would call that a graphic novel, but I think if you want to really get down and dirty with it, you would say that
That's
graphic novel is.
People have been arguing about the term graphic novel since they came up with the term.
So I guess really it's not a huge difference, but that's probably what I would say if you had.
Watchmen is a comic and it's a graphic novel.
Yeah, but it's also those are the issues that it is. It's not like there's one collection and then.
That's true. I wouldn't call Uncanny X-Men 350 a graphic novel.
Right.
I don't.
Because it's an issue.
Yeah.
So
where to start?
At
your local David A. Howe Public Library graphic novel collection.
Check it out.
Now, I don't know. It depends if he likes superheroes or not. See, I don't have enough information about this person. I need to know, does he like superheroes?
Shout out a good superhero. A good superhero graphic novel. Yeah.
I'm going to panic. I don't know. Batman Year One.
Oh, that's good. That actually is a good one because it's. The nice thing about that is because Batman, he's a superhero. Yeah,
it's only 4 issues.
Very grounded and very down to earth.
It reads like a pulpy noir.
Yeah, and a lot of it you're following Commissioner Gordon. So I think that would actually that's a good pull because it kind of gets you into the superhero world, but it's also very simple to get into. So that's a good one.
If you don't like superheroes, I don't know. Do you have a non-superhero graphic novel that you like?
Yeah, I have some. I mean, I would probably say, along with that, Batman: The Long Halloween would be another one to just go because it's sort of iconic.
Batman's
at this point,
the one to go with.
It's true. I mean, there are probably more relatable Batman stories that you can just grab onto. Things I've read recently, I really enjoyed Oyster War by Ben Towle. That's pretty straightforward. It's a little tinged with the supernatural. I love all the stuff with Brian Lee O'Malley stuff, whether it's Seconds is his most recent. Scott Pilgrim's another good one.
I'd also suggest Fables for non-superhero readers. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't read that, but I've heard good things about it. So there's so many places to go. But those are probably a few good starts. I mean, another V for Vendetta. That's another sort of classic of the genre. Non-superhero. That you could go with non-superhero. I mean, Blankets is the one that's on the top of every list.
I actually wrote a blog a while ago. I can't remember where it is.
Okay.
About graphic novels for those who don't like superheroes. But maybe this guy loves superheroes.
Maybe he does.
So
we just
in which
don't
case
know.
I wouldn't be able to shut up. But we will shut up because we've talked a lot about Hugo's, time travel rules.
Yes.
Graphic novel choices. I think it's time to give our listeners a break. Next week will be less geeky.
That's right.
You should stop apologizing for the geekiness.
I'm not apologizing at all.
Oh, okay.
Thanks to the Burf for the question. Remember to send us any suggestions on topics you'd like us to discuss, authors you'd like to tell us about.
Yeah.
We will be featuring Alexander McCall Smith down the road, so send us anything about that. Any other author suggestions that you have, we'd love to cover them.
What else do we got? Anything going on at the library this week? I mean, we're about to hit September, so this is like the eye of the storm.
Yeah, it's true. Our Senior Citizen Matinee, which is Tuesday at 2 o'clock, we're showing Adam's Rib, classic, Spencer Tracy, Katharine Hepburn. The next one, which is September, is going to fall in Banned Books Week, so we're going to do To Kill a Mockingbird.
Oh, I guess we can announce September 9th, we're showing the new Jungle Book movie, the live-action one,
Disney
as our after-school movie, so that's Friday at 3:30.
Our last summer matinee for kids Wednesday morning, Snow Dogs, Cuba Gooding Jr.
Sure,
coming Wednesday 10:30.
Actually, that's Cuba Gooding Jr.'s last family
so,
matinee for
probably.
us. So sorry, Cuba.
Book clubs are currently reading Face of a Stranger by Anne Perry. Yeah. We're going to be doing Girl in a Train with Paula Hawkins right after that, so that's coming up shortly. Yeah. As we mentioned, Love May Fail by Matthew Quick is contemporary classics.
We should do a spotlight on trains.
We should. That would be fun.
So to tie in with your Girl in a Train.
So as usual, you can find us on Twitter at All the Book Show, Facebook, David A. Howe Public Library, SoundCloud. Yeah, YouTube. SoundCloud.com/allthebooks. YouTube, as Eric said, iTunes. You can find us in basically every local paper, it seems like, the last couple of days. So thanks to the Cuba Patriot and Wellsville Daily Reporter for featuring us. Thanks to STLS for the award and for featuring us on their Friday follow-up blog.
Thanks for my mom for helping me get here.
Yeah.
Got nothing but mad love for you.
The music's playing.
Yeah. Thanks for Jim. Jimmy, you know what you did and you helped me get there. I gotta go, but thank the Lord too.
All right. Tune in next week, episode 54. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.